Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. We've got Lance Stevenson. Paul George is out there with West. Then it's George Hill, and it's Mahinmi in at the 5 down low. Now, here's Stevenson. Shot clock at 6. Indiana needs to get a shot off. And Mahinmi with the stuff.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Lynn against Hill. From 11 feet away. And that's off the glass and in. Now Hill. And just about a minute into the first quarter.
George Hill is a gear-shifting, versatile guard and has some size and a good perimeter defender with that length.
This is his first free throw of the game. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Now here's Anthony. Lets the 3 fly, and he's good on the 3 ball. Anthony's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Hill with it. Mahinmi a screen. With the teardrop, and the rejection by Smith. In the pass to Stoudemire, and the jam by Stoudemire.
And really, Lynn has a terrific feel for this offense. Just seems to know whenever one of his guys is open.
Here is Hill. On the wing, Stevenson. Covered by Smith. It's back to Hill. Picked by West. Shot from 12. And the basket by Hill.
Good use of recognizing space and getting to the mid-range from George Hill.
And here is Lynn. Stoudemire the screen. Lynn kicks to Anthony. Down to 5 on the shot clock. For 3, Smith drills the 3-pointer. Smith's got his first 3 points of the game.
Now their offense is rolling. A perfect start. 4 of 4 so far.
Outside Hill. Pass to Stevenson. Picked by West. Stevenson against Smith. And the rejection by Smith. And that's break now for New York. Lynn's running. And the rejection by Mahinmi.
Not a problem when that's your first miss of the game. Strong start.
Outside, Lynn. Lobbed up there for Chandler. Up high and stuffed the alley-oop.
Tyson Chandler getting up. Isn't he tall enough? Wow.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Hat. For 3, Hill. Stoudemire grabs the miss. New York with it. They're on a 12-3 run. Then the pass to Chandler. Here's Smith. Outside Anthony. New York moving it around. Hill against Lang. To the middle. And it's stolen by Mahinmi. Outside Hill. Chandler with the steal. Now Lynn. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Stoudemire. Off target there, that would have pushed the lead to double digits. Pacers trail by 7. George passes to Hill. No good with the layup.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge according to the sideline.
Kevin, I was able to talk with Frank Vogel for just a minute. This is the first meeting of the year between these two teams, but he said those guys are tough to deal with when you let them get to the rim. We've got to move our feet on defense and do our best to deny penetration. Let's see who comes out on top, Kevin.
Okay, David, thanks. So the Pacers call timeout. They're first of the game.
Yeah, some of his shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Coming out of the timeout, let's see if they go for the outside shot or if they look to go inside, try to build some confidence by seeing that ball go in.
Now, here's George. West setting the pick for Hill. Indiana again, missing.
And his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
Smith outside. That's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession.
With lots of energy here, trying to cause turnovers.
Yeah, even though he doesn't come up with the steal, that kind of deflection will disrupt the rhythm of this offensive possession.
Now here's Anthony. 6 on the shot clock.
Paul George instincts right there, just taking over that possession. He's using his length right there to take away a lot of airspace for the shooter.
Wants to screen on Smith. Stevenson outside. The pass to George. Back to Stevenson. West trying to free himself up. And once again, off the mark by Indiana. And here are the Knicks. They're on a 12-3 run right now. Lynn kicks to Chandler. Here's Anthony. It's not going to go for him. And Indiana will go the other way with it. To the inside. Chandler with the steal. Fast break. Here they come. Here's Smith. And count it. They'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Well, JR is such a strong guard that time, scoring through contact, always hungry to do so.
New York shooting their first free throw of the game right now. The free throw drops for Smith. The league and players union Brink both have expressed supporting guys who express their views and social concerns. You like that?
Well, I think it's amazing the way the league has backed some of the avenues with which players have used their voices. Well, extending well beyond just saying things, Kevin, because we know actions speak louder than words, and there are so many guys around our league that do important philanthropic work. But the fact that the league supports all of those things, the fact that you see Adam Silver show up at some of these events, or that there's press releases from the league office about some of the things guys are doing, there's amazing cohesion when it comes to the league and its players, because they understand that everything that they're doing has such a significant impact on the communities in which they live in and around the game with which we all love.
Well said. Stevenson, good, and Hill picking up the assist.
And George Hill recognizing when his man was open, an effective pass that time.
Smith against Stevenson. Smith, the pass to Anthony. Fades, and the bank shot is good. Anthony's got 5 points so far.
He didn't need to fade back. No one in his face, but he buried it anyway.
Down low. And that one's good, George.
Paul George finding some ways now to be effective on the inside.
Stevenson against Smith. Outside, Lynn. The dish to Chandler. Shot clock at 5. Out to Stoudemire. Smith against Stevenson. Smith outside. Off target from outside.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Here's George. Pass to Mahinmi, and here is Hill. Here's the floater. They shot off that time. Stoudemire with the defensive effort.
And another miss. Oof, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Hill against Land. Smith kicks to Chandler. Back to Smith. Over Stevenson. And it's Smith missing. Pacers trail by 7. George with the ball. And it's Lynn picking him up. West. And 2 free throws come 2 of 4 at the free throw line. Some changes for Indiana. Solomon Hill comes in for Mahinmi. And it's Turner in for Paul George. That one is no good.
And the missed opportunities for them at the line here early on.
Kept alive. And the Knicks lead by 8.
Artful passing on that play, showing a real desire to set up the teammate.
Picked by West. Hill kicks to Turner. Jumper off the screen. And that one comes up a bit short.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Lynn against Hill. Stoudemire, the pass to Smith. Anthony up on top. Turner covering. Anthony's shot is off. Pacers trail by 8. Puts up a 3. And Turner at the basket on the assist from Stevenson.
I love the quick decision making from Turner there. Deadly at seeking the catch and shoot jumper.
Lynn against Hill. Stoudemire inside. Gets himself open and drills it. Stoudemire's got 6 points.
Got to talk on defense. That left him all alone.
Make myself small.
Huh?
Nathan knows how to make himself small and Roblox, and I want to play City.
Okay, let's wait. I'll bring you inside.
Stevenson outside. Picked by West. And Stevenson kicks to Hill. West to screen on Lynn. Here's Hill. Stoudemire with a defensive effort.
And you just get the sense the whole period he's been a bit out of sync.
Sometimes you just can't figure out what's wrong, but he keeps trying to push through.
Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession. He'll be checked in for the Knicks. 1:31 left to play here in the first. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Hill.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
New York leading by 7. Now, here's Bibby. Anthony right side. Back to Bibby. Pass to Smith. New York moving the ball around. 5 on the clock. It's rebounded by Indiana. Right side turn. Pacers have shot 3 of 6 at the foul line. Free throw missing.
That's what we saw with Evan Turner before he joined this ball club, was the ability to play multiple positions, and he's so versatile. He can do a little bit of everything, run the team through him, and also be an off-the-ball scorer.
Now, here is Bibby. There's the pick. Stoudemire, the pass to Chandler. Turner with the steal. Goes up from the top of the key. It's rebounded by New York. Chandler's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Here's Stoudemire. And the slam dunk by Stoudemire.
And for a big man, Stoudemire is an incredible dunker. Glides to the rim effortlessly, and the D really at his mercy.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Hill kicks to Hill. Over in the corner, Turner. Just 5 on the clock. Fires from 18. Misses off the left eye.
Yeah, but the hand in the face. It's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Here's Stoudemire. And no good trying to get that one. And so it's New York in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We come back right after this. With the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And guys, what's your take on the Knicks so far?
I mean, through that first quarter, to me, it's all about their D.
Well, there's a lot of ways to build a lead. This one's built on stops.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. And New York, looking at who they got. We've got Stoudemire. Amon Shepard's out there with Gibby. Then it's Anthony, and it's Jeffries in at the 4 spot.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Hill with it. West down low. Headed by Stoudemire. The kick out to Hill. West setting the pick for Hill. Stevenson, a screen on Bibby. Tipped away. Pick. Pass to Hill. He tries for 3. It's rebounded by Bibby.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Anthony with the bucket. Anthony's got 9.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's West. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket. Second quarter basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Hill against Bibby. Shumpert a screen on Hill. Bibby passes to Shumpert. Out to the right wing. Stoudemire kicks to Shumpert. Just 5 on the clock. Stoudemire, the screen. But they recover it. Out of bounds, Indiana takes possession. Pacers trail by 10. And here is Hill. There's the pass to Stevenson. And Shumpert pulls it down.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Well, it's like Thanksgiving out there, carving out space off the screen. Just couldn't complete the play.
Here's Jeffries. He's guarded by Hill. Tries it from 9. Uses the glass to drop it in. Jeffries got the lead up to 12 now for the Knicks.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Time call here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
And I like this timeout. You're getting terrible rim protection right now.
Well, you got to ask your team to give you a little bit more effort because there's just not a lot of fire on the defensive end.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Outside Turner. He kicks it to West. Just 5 to shoot. Fires for 3. The shot by Turner, no good.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Anthony's shot is off.
Yeah, even though he's been off, the team's still winning, so the hope is that he's going to get going.
Hill against Bibby. Hill inside. It's rebounded by New York. And a fast break now for New York. Bibby with the ball. And the jam by Stoudemire.
Stoudemire, just excellent timing on these alley-oops. It has that great connection with his teammates. Lob it up, and he'll take care of the rest.
Hill a screen on Bibby. Hill dishes to Stevenson. And Shumpert pulls it down. The Knicks lead by 14. Here's Jeffries. Here's Stoudemire. Gets the 14th of the fall. Stoudemire's got 12 points in the game.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Hit by West. Stevenson passes to Hill. It's stolen by Amon Shumpert. Loose. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
Trying to cut into this lead. Bad time for a miscue.
Yeah, they may have some ants in the pants right here. You just have to take what the defense gives you.
The Knicks making a switch here. Smith has checked in. Mahinmi's checked in for Indiana. Paul George comes in for Hill. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. And Stevenson kicks to George. Mahinmi, a screen on jumper. It's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. Outside Turner, 6 to shoot. Mahinmi with the screen for Turner. Tries to snap the cold streak. Kept alive by Indiana. And Mahinmi with the stuff.
And just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this lead.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark. Bibby against Turner. Bibby passes to Smith. Stoudemire with a screen on Stevenson. Smith in the post. He's guarded by Stevenson. Pacers trail by 14. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And it's good, 2 points. And it's 6 points for Evan Turner.
This is where Turner impresses you with his strength, able to take a little bit of a hit before finishing.
Feeds it to Shumpert. And finished off by Shumpert.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. When with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Timeout called the Pacers. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Mahinmi's shot is good.
Hill could be a valuable player, someone who sees the floor very well, that time moving the ball.
Bibby kicks to Shumpert. Passes it to Stoudemire. For 3, Smith. Good lead by Stevenson.
I think it went hit a 3 in the first, nothing in the second.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
Pass to Jeffries. Now Bibby. He's had some playing time, but no score yet from him. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
And you know what? Very close to a 3-point play right there.
Mike Bibby. At the line for 2. The first free throw is good. Tyson Chandler is checked in for Stoudemire. And both free throws good for Bibby. Pacers trail by 14. And Stevenson kicks to Turner. That's good, and it's Stevenson with the assist. And it's 8 points for Evan Turner.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Bibby against Turner. Left side Chandler. Smith outside. 6 to shoot. Chandler a screen. And it goes out of bounds. That one is off Smith. Jeremy Lin, he's checked in for the Knicks. Jeremy Lin. Smith's gone 2 of 7 from the floor here. And Turner kicks to Hill. Back to Turner. Mahoney a screen. Here's George, and it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
What's the pick used for? It's used for separation. Paul George got it there.
And there's the foul. It's going to go on Solomon Hill. That's his first foul. Outside Chandler. It's a nice passing by New York here. Maybe kicks to Chandler. Outside jumper. Like it's 6. Here's Chandler. Nice follow through on the fadeaway. And the Knicks lead by 12.
Well, Chandler is a high percentage scorer for a reason. He just takes great shots.
Here's Stevenson. And that one goes long. Stevenson's gone 1 of 6 shooting so far. Lynn against Stevenson. Now here's Lynn. G right on him. Over Stevenson. Nice shot by Lynn. Lynn's got his second bucket of the night.
And Lynn is just fearless, always looking to get as close to the bucket as he can.
Mahoney a screen. And Turner kicks to Mahoney. Inside, George. Out to Turner. Pass to Mahoney. And here's George for 3. And it's Lynn with the rebound. Lynn's got 5 rebounds tonight on the wing. Shumpert takes the 3. They get the rebound. Jeffries the pass to Shumpert. Now, here's Bibby. Outside, Lynn. To the paint. It's tipped. Out of bounds. Knicks ball as New York keeps possession of it. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Shumpert.
And that's why he's one of the best two-way wings out there. George will lock you down on D, and it takes a very special effort to get off a clean shot against him.
They get it again. Here's Hill. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give them 2 chances at the free throw line here. Pacers have missed 4 of their 8 free throws up to this point. Things not really going their way at the line yet. He hits the second from the line.
Hill's smart about taking quality shots. He can play either forward position. It's a nice bit of versatility for a coaching staff.
Bibby dishes to Chandler. Bibby against Turner, and he makes the bucket through contact and gets the whistle too.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
The Knicks shooting their 4th shot at the foul line here. Hill, he's checked in for Indiana. And that one falls for Bibby. Now, here is Hill. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Turner. Indiana again. Miss it.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
And the rejection by Mahoney. There's Lynn with the 3. Nailed from 3-point line. Lynn's got 7 points.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Chandler.
Well, somehow they kept possession of the ball after that poor pass. They should be very thankful that wasn't a turnover.
1:41 left in the first half. Lynn with it. 7 points in the game. He's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on George.
And Lynn has really carved out a nice role for himself. You know, an effective two-way player who can score, rebound, pass, and defend. And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
He's perfect from the line this time. And it's the Pacers with the ball. Outside Hill. 1:16 left to play here in the second quarter. Here's George. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Hill's got 3 assists in the game.
Yeah, Paul George offering up some small forward lessons in how you play screen and roll to free yourself up for a J.
Hill against Land. And there's the pass to Jeffries. And again, it's the Knicks missing. Pacers trail by 19. Right side Turner. Outside Hill. Looking to end his cold spell. Here's Mahinmi. This is his first trip to the line tonight. And he makes the first. David Lasky's checked in for Evan Turner. Mahinmi hits them both. There's 31 seconds left here in the second. Lynn against George. Outside, Lynn. Clock at 6. New York needs to get off a shot. A jump hook. Chandler, no good. Outside Hill. From deep three-point range. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And so it's the New York Knicks feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. Their defense has been active and effective. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. So far, a pretty lopsided game, but still one half to play. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Amari Stoudemire taking care of business in this one. He had 12 points and 7 rebounds. Taking a look at the Knicks, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, they just about ran their offense to perfection. They pounded the ball inside, and the entry feeds were on time and on the money. It was a clinic to watch. The second half is going to be no contest if they keep getting shots 8 feet and in.
Shaq, your take on Indiana.
Well, you live by the 3 and you die by the 3. And today, they're dying. And as cold as they've been behind the arc, they keep firing from deep. What are you doing? I know they got a lot of ground to make up, but they can't continue with this game plan. Not working.
And that's going to do it for us here.
Margin on our hands, but let's see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. It's been quite a game from Amari Stoudemire.
Yeah, pretty much all throughout that first half, and he was taking care of his business on the low blocks and getting more than his fair share of dunks.
Yeah, there's not any guy defensively that was bodying him up or contesting the shot, so right now he's feasting.
On the court for Indiana, they've got Paul George, George Hill out there with Lex Stevenson, and it's West, and it's Mahinmi in at the 5, home in the paint.
Yeah, that's the kind of aggressive attitude Stevenson brings to the table. He's not going to sit back and settle for jump shots. If he can attack the basket, he will.
Chandler, no good.
Like the tactics on defense there, refusing to give the shooter the easy layup at the rim.
Stevenson inside the three-point line. It's rebounded by New York. Stoudemire's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
He seems to be forcing just a little bit out there. He needs to play a little calmer, a little smarter, with a little bit more poise if they're going to win this one.
Outside Anthony. To the paint. And the jam by Stoudemire.
Well, good at scanning the entire floor, and that's why that time he found the open teammate.
Here's Hill on the wing, Stevenson. It's back to Hill. Picked by West. Fires from deep. They get it back. It's good on the putback.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
New York leading by 13. Lynn kicks to Anthony. Passes to Stoudemire. Back to Anthony. From past the arc. No good that time. And it's the Pacers taking it the other way.
They got to hope to turn it on soon. 1 of 4 so far. They know they got to be better.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Out to the right wing. Outside Anthony. It's deflected. That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
And becoming impatient, that's not how you're going to catch up.
Yeah, that's a painful mistake there. All you can do is just shake that one off and try your best to move on to the next play.
Fires from deep. New York, no good that time either.
They're 1 of 5 to begin this half, guys, and they have to address this problem quickly or this could get out of hand.
And that one is off. Good D by Stevenson. Left side, George. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. The Knicks leading by 11. Inside. And the jam by Stoudemire.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Hat. And the Pacers call time here.
Yeah, his shot selection iffy at best tonight. A lot of forced, contested shots this game. He'll be lucky if he just gets a ticket to the bench.
On the wing, George. Covered by Anthony. They set the pick. Mahimi a screen. West a screen on Lynn. 5 to shoot. Here's George. Nice teamwork to set up the big play and make the space for the J.
Just hard to explain in its entirety the type of offensive impact that Paul George can make. He's just so multifaceted on the offensive end of the floor.
Then the pass to Chandler. There's the foul. It's on Mahimi. That is his first foul of the game. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Lynn kicks to Anthony. Pocket 6. Basket is good, and they'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
That's the time where coaches are telling you wrap up the offensive player. Hard to do with Carmelo Anthony, so strong when going to the rim.
Pacers trail by 14. Outside Hill. Out left of the wing. Lynn with the steal. Lobbed up there for Chandler. It's stolen by Mahimi. Here's George. Good. The assist goes to Hill. And that's 10 points for Paul George.
This guy is so tough to guard. He feels like he can take any challenge that the defense is going to throw at him.
Stoudemire with a screen on Hill. Lynn kicks to Stoudemire. Fades away. Rebound by Mahimi. Mahimi's got 8 rebounds in this game. Lynn against Hill. Goes up the baseline. Knicks with the rebound. Stoudemire's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. To the paint. That's good from Chandler. And the assist by Lynn. And it's 6 points for Tyson Chandler.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Pass to George. West a screen on him. Mahimi with a wide open look. And he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot. Mahimi's got 10.
Impressive, really, for that short 17 area. They are not missing many.
Chandler with the screen on Hill. Then the pass to Carmelo. Fader on the way. And the basket is good. Anthony's 5 points in the quarter.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
They set the pick. Mahimi a screen. Hill kicks to George. Lynn with the steal. Oh, and a jam by Anthony.
When Melo's driving like that, good luck stopping him. He is welcoming that kind of contact.
Pacers trail by 16. Stevenson outside. Pass to Hill. Pick by West. Hill with it. Now Stoudemire defending. There's the pass to George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's West. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got his 3rd assist on the night.
Yeah, I didn't think there was a pass available there for Paul George, but he spots that small crease, he fires the ball through it, and he gets it to his open man.
Lynn against Hill. Foul in the act of shooting. A 3-point play chance coming up.
And you have to respect the concentration level of Lynn there. Just doesn't get rattled on his shot when the D whacks it.
And some changes here for the Pacers. Hill, he's checked in for Mahimi. And it's Turner in for Lance Stevenson. And here's George. He's got 10. West to screen on Anthony. Here's George. Out to West. Hill against Smith. West setting the pick for Hill. He took good advantage of that screen. Hill's got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, George Hill showing some poise and patience right there. Ready to shoot immediately off that screen.
Then the pass to Chandler. Shoots over Turner. Chandler, no good. Pacers trail by 15. Outside, George. Lynn against Turner. Picked by West. And Turner kicks to George. Back to Turner. Knocks it loose. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it. Pacers ball. They've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, but you can't force that square peg into the round hole. Oftentimes, you just got to make that first simple pass and get a rhythm from that.
Then the pass to Smith. Back to Lynn. 6 on the shot clock. That one, no good. And it's the Pacers taking it the other way. Turner with it. Now Smith defending. Turner against Smith. And Turner kicks it to West. Outside, George takes a 3. It's rebounded by New York. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Lynn against Turner. Lets the 3 fly. It's hauled in by George.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Fires the 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. George has got 15.
Okay, nice job here in the second half. Field goal percentage is way up from what it was at halftime when it was just barely above 30%.
Stoudemire, the pass to Smith. Chandler a screen. And good as it just snugs right down through the net.
This is why JR is involved in that pick and roll. It's a very good decision.
Now Turner. He's got 8. Passes it to West. Chandler with the rebound. Chandler's got rebound number 9 now. 1 effort here tonight. To the inside. Here's Stoudemire. Yes! And a nice assist from Lynn. Lynn's got 5 assists in the game. Pacers trail by 14. Outside Turner. Hit by West. The feed to George. Wants to get it to Hill and does. Offline with the baseline jumper. New York leading by 14. Lynn kicks to Anthony. Latre. Offensive rebound. Here's Stoudemire. Here's Chandler. Misses the easy stop.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down.
Down low. Out to Anthony. From downtown. Traps in the tray. Anthony's got 10 points in just the second half.
Such astounding shooting right now from him. He is untouchable from the perimeter. What a performance.
For 3, Hill. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Anthony's got 3 rebounds now in this one. And there's the defensive 3-second call. The Knicks have been at their finest 4 at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes. And so he hits the technical free.
Melo's still bringing the passion to the floor. No matter what's going on around, he's still going to be a gamer.
1:02 left in the third quarter. Good. And that's now 20 points for Amari Stoudemire.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
West to screen on Anthony. George with the ball. Now Chandler defending. Such a wide open look. George has got 17.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Here's Lynn. Pacers with the rebound. Hill's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Down low. That's good for West on the assist by George. George has got 4 assists now tonight.
I like that recognition. Effortlessly getting his teammate the ball in a spot where he knows he can do something with it.
Hill dishes to Turner. It's back to Hill. Makes it off the glass.
Hill burrowing inside, and because of his size, he's able to do that, get around the rim and finish.
Smith for 3, and that's not going to go. Carmelo Anthony getting it done for New York. His production has been flowing as he's tallying 20 points and looks to be planning for more. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the 4th. We've got Jeremy Lin, Stoudemire out there at Jeffries. Then there's Iman Shumpert, and it's Anthony in at the small forward position. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Pick by West. Here's Hill. Shot clock at 5. That 3 off the mark. New York leading by 14. Deep 2 from Anthony. Shot is good off the bat. Bring that in. Anthony's got the 4th quarter started here with a bucket for New York. And so here's Indiana. Outside Turner. Hit by West. To get it going, and he got the whistle, so they'll have a 3-point play opportunity.
And a nice job, Evan Turner slowing down, drawing the body contact, and now finding a chance for the and 1.
And New York making a change here. Ibby's checked in. The Pacers also changing it up. Miami comes in for David West. Lance Stevenson subbed in for Hill. Shumpert. His 3 pointers off the mark.
He's been a little bit disappointing in this game. However, his team has his back. They need a little bit more help from him.
It's good. And that's now 7 points for Lance Stevenson.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Anthony down low, defended by George. Bibby passes to Carmelo. Tries from 16. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
And he completely threw the timing off on that jumper. That is how you D up.
Playing with tremendous aggressiveness without fouling. It's an excellent job.
To the middle, here's Jeffries, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
Yeah, Billy does a great job within their offense, especially when it comes to spotting the open man.
And it's Turner off the drive over Bibby. Mahimi trying to get open. He'll go, and the New York lead is cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Turner.
And they've really gotten on track here in the second half. After that shaky start, the field goal percentage steadily climbing. They couldn't make anything in that first break.
Here's Stoudemire. Out to the right wing. And Shumpert kicks to Anthony. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Rebound by Mahimi. Mahimi's got rebound number 9 now. One effort here tonight. Inside. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Stevenson's got it back down to within single digits for Indiana. Turner against Bibby. Kicks to Jeffries. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Stoudemire in the post. Mahimi on him. Out of bounds. Nick's ball is New York.
You cannot use my computer. You cannot use my computer. Understand? Don't ask me again. Understand?
Yeah.
All right.
Next possession. Here's Shumpert, 2 on the clock. Pass to Bibby. A three-pointer off the mark. Outside Turner. He feeds it to George. Excellent feed there from Anthony.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Pacers trail by 9. To the inside. Here's Stevenson.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
That free throw, no good. And the second free throw, good. Here's Bibby. Feeds to Anthony. He kicks to Stoudemire. Shot clock at 6. For Mahimi, 22 points for Stoudemire.
No hesitation when he saw the space that he was giving him. That's 2.
Here's Turner. The teardrop falls in.
How about this run they're in the midst of? On the verge of tying it up or maybe even taking the lead.
The aggressiveness has picked up on both sides of the floor. And I'm not sure what took them so long to muster that, but here we are.
It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing, defended by George. Anthony against George. Come up in the air with the pump fake and then took it down. Anthony's got 15 points in just the second half. Bibby against Turner. Stoudemire. Mahinmi gets to Turner. Mahinmi a screen on Bibby. Here's Turner. Rebounded by Anthony. Anthony's got his 4th rebound in this one.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
That shot misses. Excellent D there from George. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
The versatility of Paul George as he's matured and put some more weight on his frame through the years. He's an exceptional two-way player with outstanding length and a tremendous scoring ability.
Tyson Chandler is checked in for the Knicks. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over. And it's Jeremy Lin in for Bibby. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, I was able to listen in on the New York head coach talking to his team. He still wants them to be aggressive and assertive on offense. He said, I don't want us to get content with this lead. Build on it. Don't give them any chance of getting back in this thing. Kevin?
All right, thank you, David. Turner against Land. That one wide left. The Knicks lead by 8. Pass to Anthony. The basket throw off the assist from Land. Anthony's got 6 points in the quarter.
Anthony's still running the floor well, even at this stage in his career. Gets out and coasts right past the D.
Turner inside, defended by Lynn. Turner dishes to Mahinmi. Mahinmi with the screen for Turner. Shoots over Lynn. And it's off the back rim, no good. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
Well, collectively, they've done it tonight here. A passionate performance from the squad.
Mahinmi a screen. Outside Turner. To the middle. Mahinmi down low. Chandler on him. The shot by Mahinmi, no good. The Knicks lead by 12. Then the pass to Jeffers. Right on the bucket.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Anthony against George. 2 points. That one goes. George has got 15 points in just the second half.
Yeah, which ways tonight has Paul George not made an impact in this game? A one-man wrecking crew.
Lynn against Turner. Chandler a screen. Here's Lynn. That's good from Chandler. And the assist by Lynn. And it's 8 points for Tyson Chandler.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior. 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Turner with the screen. It's taken away by Smith. Oh, and here comes Smith. All alone. And Smith with the stop.
JR feasting on the fast break opportunity. Gets down the court, beating everyone to his position.
On the wing, Stevenson. Mahinmi passes to Stevenson. Chandler with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Lynn's got it. The pass to Chandler. And the shot is good. Chandler's got 4 points in the quarter.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Smith against Stevenson. Passes it to Mahinmi. Mahinmi a screen. 6 on the shot clock. And George kicks to Stevenson. Corner shot. The shot by Turner, no good.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And he got the whistle, so he'll have a 3-point play opportunity.
Jay, outstanding concentration on those kinds of shots.
This is the second year with the sponsored patches on the jersey, advertising more or less. Have you gotten used to seeing those things?
Yeah, I think it was no problem last year. I
Small
thought,
run.
yeah, some teams did some really cool creative things with the color schemes, and I don't think we've seen the last of that, Kevin.
We see it in European teams on their jerseys.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to recognize the number with how many advertisements are on the jerseys.
Or
but
billboard.
Yeah, I don't think we're done with it yet.
And the Pacers call time here. Off the line we're seeing from Carmelo Anthony.
And they simply have no answer right now for what he's doing to them. He is making them pay.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Amari Stoudemire.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
A really solid performance here in front of the home crowd. He may not be the star of this team, but nights like this are what make him a fan favorite. Lynn against Hill. The feed to Carmelo. And the Knicks miss again. Pacers trail by 21. Now, here's Stevenson. Outside, George. Pass to West. It's deflected. Lynn with it. Smith right side. Stolen by Stevenson. And J.R. Smith picks up the foul. And that'll be the second foul of the game. And New York making a change here. Stoudemire's checked in. Indiana also making some changes. Miller comes in for George. And it's Brown in for Lance Stevenson. New York leading by 21. Outside, Lynn. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Chandler kicks to Smith. 5 on the clock. Lets it go from deep. He can't get that one, so the Pacers will take it the other way. Brown dishes to Hill. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Outside, Lynn.
And those are the kinds of plays that are just killing them right now.
To the inside, Hill. And the rebound goes to the Knicks.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
And Chandler throws it down.
And this is how you close out a game, not taking any chances.
Yeah, you gotta be relentless in this game or the tide can turn on you. Not here, not tonight.
Free throw no good for Chandler.
Chandler has some experience, but still can be very impactful on the defensive end of the floor.
Hill has the open look, and a little luck that time, but it drops. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
So no problem for New York as they get the win. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but we have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And that about wraps it up. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.